Hey guys, David at Twice Diecast. Today we've got a cool project. We are going to look at a buddy's original Hot Wheels and Matchbox and see if we can give him an idea if there's any hidden jewels in here. Stick around, let's get in this box and see what some 40, 50-year-old Hot Wheels and Matchbox look like. Okay, the first one we are going to look at is going to be this Spoiler Sport, and I want to just clarify, I am going to put up eBay asking prices, not sold. I know those can be anything that people want, but that's what I'm going to use here. This is a really cool metal on metal casting from 1976, a Hong Kong casting, and yeah, pretty desirable apparently by the price. Up next, we've got this really cool Redline fuel dragster. A few Redlines in this batch. My buddy is right at the age where he would have had Redlines maybe 5 or 10 years after they came out when he was playing with them. This one you can see it goes for a little bit, and wanted to point out I did look around on eBay searches and try to find conditions that matched the cars we're looking at. Here's another one of those in green. This one in a lot better condition, but I'm not sure if this one, can't remember if that one had the red lines or if it was a Blackwall edition. I think it was Blackwall. We had more brands than I thought. This is a company called Zylmex out of China. And while they are very light and pretty entry-level stuff, Zylmex does a lot of castings of vehicles that not a lot of other people did. So there is a slight bit of desirability to Zylmex, especially nowadays. We'll see a few more Zylmex in the episode. And by the way, there are 2 episodes. We've got another car carrying case to go through later. This one was a very interesting one to me, especially when I saw who made this one. We have an American Airlines luggage cart to be used at the airport. Tomica, old school Tomica, no telling how in the world this found its way into his collection back then. Really cool. Thought it was going to be a nice little value, but you can see these are going for $2 to $3. And again, if you note the condition, just about what we have here today. Here is our first bona fide Spectraflame Redline. I am the last person you want to appraise a bunch of Redlines, but I can use eBay. This Mighty Maverick looks like it was a Spectraflame red at one time. Paint's probably about 50% there. Here's a version in blue with a lot better paint. This guy wanted $30. That one is going to fetch at least $10, I would think, the one that we are looking at today. I love this Incredible Hulk. I forget what they call it, like a scene type vehicle. You've got a little lens in the back here to look and see a scene from the movie. I didn't plan on it, but I did accidentally get you a little close-up, maybe a sneak peek. Looks like something exploding. Really well done, taken care of. Scene Machine is what those are called. $15 for that one. Kind of a neat piece to have in your collection. Let's get back to another off-brand. We have got this really cool van, and it says Van Killer. So when you flip over the base, you'll see that is the name of the casting. This is another one of the Chinese brands. Let's see, is this a Zylmex as well? Looks like it's missing part of the rear. You can see that opening on the top of the roof. Does have the light bar on top and a little bit of blue on the exhaust. Van Killer it is, $15. That is a GMC van by Zylmex. We'll go over to Hot Wheels now and their, what was the name of this show? Speed Racer. Second Wind, this was the non-licensed version of that vehicle. Old casting, plastic base, but in a pretty good condition. That is always going to be one that people grab when possible. Got a really cool Corvette Stingray coming up. Pretty banged up, not going to lie, very pitted, but you can see the original paint job on that. I don't know what's going on with the base. It looks like it sat in baking soda. Don't know. Cool car. I believe this was a Redline, and can't tell by the wheels. It's been rubbed off, but maybe not a Redline. Maybe just a Blackwall. $10 is what somebody wants for one in really good condition. So that one, probably a $2 or $3 car. Let's go over to Matchbox. We've got a neat Lotus. This is not going to be the same deco or livery that's on the eBay listing. Metal body, metal base, Lotus Super 7. Looks like a 1971 casting, one of the Matchbox superfast vehicles. And this is where Matchbox said, hey, Hot Wheels is selling a lot of cars. We have got to make ours faster. So that is what the superfast was in response to. And you can see that will get you about $4 on a good day. We will keep on trucking. I don't know what this is, what cigar box is or means, but apparently it was a type of car. This one says Volkswagen on the base. Don't know what it is. We have an example of a cigar box vehicle or model in the next carrying case that we'll go through. We'll put that one to the side for now. We'll get back to more Matchbox. We have got a tractor. Wheels are pretty rough. You can see a lot of hair and junk in the wheels. We've got some bent axles. This was a pretty easy one to find. Matchbox. And we are talking about $5 to $6 on the best of days for that superfast tractor. One of Mark Datsun Man Diecast favorite vehicles. We've got a unlicensed 280 or 240Z. I don't know which. This is Z-Wiz by Hot Wheels. Metal body, metal base. We've got glass that is louvered on the back. Old casting, 1976. Usually pretty popular one to collect. $5 for just about the same condition of this one. And probably my favorite one of the group, the Poison Pinto. This is a souped up Pinto, no back glass. I don't know if that got busted out or what. Looks like a Blackwall era Hot Wheels, and found one roughly the same condition on eBay. This guy wants $16 for it. Kind of a cool car, probably a little bit of a bump just on the coolness factor for that. This is a Hot Wheels that took me forever to find. Didn't know. I looked for Le Mans, I looked for you name it. Finally found it. Base is pretty oxidized. I think that's a plastic base on that. A lot of metal on this car, Blackwall. Exposed engine on that. Kind of cool, pretty heavy. $11 will get you one of those if you can't live without it. I take that back. This was my favorite of the group because I also found this for my own collection in a flea market in Alabama. This is a VW Golf GTI by Matchbox number 7, old one. Maybe not GTI, my bad. But it is in really good condition. My friend took care of it, and $13, I would venture to say you could probably get that. All right, let's get back to Hot Wheels. We've got another Blackwall edition. This was a tough one. All right, so we've got a hole in the bottom of this car. I think it's part of this chrome edition, and with the full set, some guy wanted a lot for this heavy Chevy. Not this particular one, but I think this is what we're looking at in this ad right here. This was an unopened brand new one, so I'm not suggesting that the one we just looked at is a $100 vehicle, but it's got some appeal to it apparently. All right, we're going to come to a few more Zylmex Chevy step sides and other stuff that we've already seen. So I'm going to wrap up this episode. I hope you've enjoyed just getting to look at a random collection and seeing what all my buddy saved from his childhood. We'll put this Chevy stepside back with the other. Actually, we've got a few more. We'll keep going. We've got another Zylmex van. Look at this one. All kinds of custom body work on it. Look at the wheel arches on that. About 2 feet of clearance. And this one is called Straight Arrow. Makes it nice and easy to look up values on it. Brand new, untouched edition will get you about $4. And that's, that is the starting bid on that. So no telling what that'll sell for. Here's a pretty clean Matchbox Superfast. And you remember how I said Matchbox was trying to compete with Hot Wheels at this point? Well, you can see with the stars and stripes on this Hellraiser casting, absolutely trying to capture the speed appeal of Hot Wheels that kids were playing with here in the States. These are pretty common, and you can see that by the price. We ran into a slot car here. Looks like a pretty cool BMW, but I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of value on that. Just an old slot car. We'll put that off to the side. Got another Matchbox that is a lot worse for wear. This little convertible, didn't even look it up for the value. Missing windshield and rear. I think maybe the roof is supposed to latch onto the back there. Yet another Zylmex Chevy Stepside is probably going to do it. This one looks like it has a spoiler on top, and I don't believe the others do. So maybe a different variation. Anyway, this was fun. I've got one more case to look at, so look for episode 2. Until then, take care. Have a good day.